Namaste, and welcome to another episode of Inspirations, the weekly Nepal TV show that brings you very inspiring people working throughout Nepal. I'm Mike Rosenkrantz of VSO, and today we have another inspiring guest, Dr. Amatya, who is here representing a number of organizations, and she has delivered over 10,000 babies throughout Nepal. Welcome, Dr. Amatya.
Thank you, Mike.
So nice to be with you.
Yeah.
So let's start off by telling us a little bit about your childhood and your upbringing.
Well, I was born in a village, now of course it is they say it is a metropolis, Dharan, which is in Sunsari, where BPKHS is there, Bipika Institute of Health Sciences. When I was born, it was a village and there was no electricity, no telephone, no sort of a vehicle as such, no such motorable roads. But it's a very beautiful place at the foothill. I could see the mountains and the gorgeous, snow-capped mountains, and on the south side the forest. It was really thick then. Fortunately for me, I had a father who was a visionary, although he didn't go to a formal school, but he educated himself and he believed in bringing up girls also, daughters also, equally as boys. And it was, I owe it to him that he is what I am today, because he taught me quite a lot of things besides, of course, moral science and religion and character building and how to cope in life in general, also to how to tackle men who are not that friendly. So and it's a big family because we were 4 brothers and 4 sisters out of 2 mothers, and we didn't know I didn't know which was my real mother because we were brought up, in that way. It's very pleasant memories, and my father believed in education, so he was instrumental in establishing the public high school. First the boys' school was established by the DOC by law and motivating people to donate, and he also worked there as a secretary, and then he thought there should be school for girls also. So this girls' school was established, this Balika Vidyalaya. He motivated the lady who had only 3 daughters, no sons, and she was rich, and was his relative, so he motivated her to donate this land, and that's how the school was started. So studied in that school, and then for my intermediate science, they say ITC. That time, Kathmandu and Dharan was like 2 different, region altogether, because there was no air sort of thing and no motorable road also. So it was nearer to go to India. People used to go to Darjeeling to study or to Banaras. So I went to Banaras for my intermediate science.
Yeah, talk a little bit more about the mental health NGO that you're involved with, because I know, from walking around here in Kathmandu, from having lived in Delhi for a few years, I noticed there are a lot of people on the street, and mental health does not seem...
Well, mental health, as you said, is not at all in the priority list, and in fact, the stigma attached to mental illness is such that the stigma attached to leprosy would be lesser than mental illness. I would say so, because people don't realize it is an illness. The person has no control over himself or herself. You just can't. They will say, take care. Try to bear it. There's a depressed person crying, and the people will say, just try to bear it. It's okay. They think it is only reactive, whether there are endogenous depression, all that. So mental health has not been in priority at all. Even when it started, we had my boss, Dr. B.P. Sharma was there. He started OPD, in Veer Hospital, just the outpatient department. And when I worked under him in late 1960s, just 6 beds, was there, and he was the only psychiatrist then. Then he sent few for training, and the amazing thing is, okay, the lay people, The general people may not have any idea about mental illness. They might think it is they might feel ashamed to say that they have someone related to them, their son or daughter or wife or husband as mentally ill. But the doctor community, doctor fraternity, my fraternity community, medical doctors themselves, they have no idea about this mental illness. Not that they are not taught, you are taught in the undergraduate also mental illness, but somehow the attitude, this is, pagal ko doctor, pagal this thing, that attitude is still, I find that. You want to do anything about mental illness, you invite people, they will not give time. They will not give time, and they will not spend their precious time to really understand what's happening. And that it is their duty also to really take care of them, to understand them better. So coming back to this NGO, this Chhatra Amatya for Mental Health, which we established in 2009, and we are the 7 people from different, we are working in different places. I am the only one who is retired. And what we are trying, first we had this data of how many people, and it is interesting, and we have street project now, funding from Edinburgh, this Gail Robertson's family, and then our self-contribution, and then raising through some other events also. So what we have found that they keep on changing also. The people who are in the street, they may be in the morning one place and evening another place. And the harassment, if you are a woman and if you have you are mentally ill, and the sexual exploitation,
right?
And then if you are a man and you are mentally ill, the exploitation by your siblings, the property, for the property and all that, and it's so inhuman.
It's really
behavior is being meted out. But what we have been trying to do is, first we have listed all the possible, whoever we have found in this Lalitpur district, and then trying to connect them with the family. Sometimes the family, because they are poor or they don't want, and then trying to reconnect with them, those who can say the address and all that. And 1 or 2 success stories we have, the patient himself now is taking medicine regularly, the family is supporting, and then he has become advocate for this, other mentally ill people. So it is really rewarding to see that as well, but that is very few and far between. But there's still a lot to be done, and if we could, and the amazing thing is we applied to many organizations for funding, and it's not a priority. And in the UN or other organizations.
उठेर गर्नुस् वा बसेर गर्नुस् दाहिने देब्रे जुन हातले गर्नुस् नागरिकमा नगद पुरस्कार पक्का पक्की छ
कुपन जसरी स्क्रैच गरे पनि नागरिकका हरेक वार्षिक ग्राहकलाई हजारौंको नगद पुरस्कार पर्ने पक्का पक्की छ
टिभी हेरेर बुझ्नुस् वा रेडियो सुनेर बुझ्नुस् हामीलाई फोन गरेर बुझ्नुस् पत्रिकामा पढेर बुझ्नुस् नागरिकमा नगद पुरस्कार पक्का पक्की छ
अनि पुरस्कार नपरेमा 10 वर्षसम्म निशुल्क नागरिक दैनिक थप जानकारीका लागि फोन नम्बर 4268656
What are some of the moments in your life that you really remember, things that have made a great impression upon you? I mean, you've delivered 10,000 babies, you're involved in a number of NGOs, but what are, 1 or 2 real highlights?
The highlight is like when, in Janakpur is in the central region, it is in Tarai. Well, there, a lot of cases used to come very late during the, like placenta, written placenta. It is written, and by the time they come, it is foul smelling, patient is really in bad condition. And somehow when I could remove that placenta manually, and the relief and the patient when, then they will tell in their own words, oh, you are like God, you have saved my life, that sort of thing. Not that I feel that I am a God, but, the joy of seeing the happiness, the relief in other people. So, another this thing is, while I worked in Set Park, places like Baglung, Udaipur, and places there, and the adolescent, we had program for adolescent girls. First we will give them, if they don't know how to read and write, informal education, and the formal also will introduce the life skills and tell them about menstruation, tell them about this trafficking, tell them about this early marriage is not good, what is the importance of sexual reproductive health and right and all that. And then we had this girls' congress, and it was a joy to see, they making statement, and they are really, when they find that there's girl marriage, childhood marriage taking place, they will go and really stop that also, and then demanding, and they sort of giving memorandum to the president and the prime minister, this is what we want in our region, for girls. And then we were focusing on girls. But what happened in the Baglung district, in the remote BDC, the boys used to come and listen from the windows, what the girls were being taught.
Yeah.
And then they demanded to the teachers that why we also want to know about the life skills. We should also not be deprived. So and this report came to us. The girls said that our colleagues, the other boys also want to know. So we developed another curriculum for the boys, and we introduced for the boys also. So these are few of the things which you see really direct experience of making a difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
To their lives and to their thinking and become the changes in themselves.
Right, that's right. More
And
importantly.
it is sort of a ripple, like a ripple effect.
Yeah. So who in your life or which organizations have really inspired you to do what you're doing?
Well, talk of inspiration, I think I was inspired by my mother, who was illiterate, but she had this compassion for the sick people, where and she used to bring those sick people home and bathe them, clean them, then take to the hospital. That time there was only LMP, licensed medical practitioner, that Indian doctors, and get treatment. And I used to really say that, okay, then I really would like to be a doctor myself, so that I can take care of the sick people. So I used to visit with her to these LMP people, and I used to watch the doctor distance, it would be nice. And then my father, as I told before, he was a visionary, and I was the only one who would follow my father, because he would get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, take cold water bath, then after breakfast, taking morning walk, and he would teach me about, all those things, this politics, moral science, Vidurniti, Chanakyaniti, simplicity, and all this, I learned a lot during those years. But now at the moment, I think I would like to move to Nagarik Awaz. Nagarik Awaz also is an organization which was established by Rita Thaba, who is also founder of Tewa, and I was very impressed by her working style.
What message would you like to leave our viewers?
My message is take care of your health. Because if you are not healthy, you can do nothing to either anybody, the people, society, or nation, or yourself.
Right.
So take care of your health, acquire skills, be competent, and remain confident, and respect yourself. That's the problem with us Nepalese women. We don't respect ourselves. We don't give priority to ourselves. Our self-esteem is very low. We are taught to be at the bottom. We are taught to be at the background, the invisible shadow, So this thing is, you have to respect yourself. Then with love and compassion, march forward to conquer the world. This is my message to the women.
Thank you so much, Dr. Amatya.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you. Very inspiring. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you again next week. Tere Batola.